Hello everybody, welcome to the Savage Land. And today we got another episode on G.I. Joe, the Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow 2-pack, the O-Ring, the first little jump off of the O-Ring line. And I've been waiting on these guys for a couple of months, simply on the fact, not because I'm into O-Rings, I just wanted to see what these two toys had to offer. And I'm not being biased or anything like that, and maybe I am, maybe because I'm just not into the O-Ring and that whole thing, but I feel unfulfilled. And by the time I'm done, I'll say I feel unfulfilled once again. The thing about it though, they came in the rain today. I've been waiting from Hasbro Pulse. They finally came. We had a little rainstorm down here in NC. And cool thing about it, they were in a mailer. So I ordered two, and none of the cards got messed up. Pretty much, it came in a mailer, but then this was inside the mailer also. So pretty much cover art here. You got Storm Shadow fighting Snake Eyes. Got the same thing on the back with all the fine print there. But this wasn't damaged, and the mailer wasn't damaged, which was cool. But it kind of had a double protection, so I got my figures unharmed. That's not Hasbro's fault. That was just the mail people. I don't know why they couldn't just put it a little bit up under the pitch on the porch, but they didn't. But cool, they came good. So the first thing I want to get into with these figures is the cost. These things cost way too much. I don't know if this was a special thing for Hasbro, making these things $20 a piece, but these 4-inch figures, which I'm guessing these are going to have more plastic, more weapons, and more space to cover, were $7 cheaper. $7, $8 given cheaper than these. These cost me about $85. $85.38 after taxes. And taxes, Hasbro Pulse didn't charge me any delivery fee because I ordered two and it went over that certain amount. But taxes wasn't that much. You're talking about $3 or $4. So you're looking at about $80 for 4 figures, 4 of these tiny figures, which that's way too much. I don't know if that was like a little test run thing, but these are not worth it for $20. I'll tell you that right now. I don't care who they are. You still have bent card backs. Now everybody's complaining about bent card backs, and I just showed you how this thing was basically bulletproof. And when you come out, you still have bent card backs. They're still bowing. So that's not good. So if you're like a real stickler person who's looking for mint on card backs to be straight, they're unpunched, but they got a bow in them. But we'll start off with Storm Shadow. I mean, out of these two, he's the most decorative. He looks like he has a little bit more paint. He has a little bit more sculpt to him. Now, I don't have any vintage figures, but these are almost identical to the original figures that came out. So they're not going to have too much. So, I mean, if you're looking for something with crazy sculpt on, that's not it. This is more of a nostalgia thing here. But I think he looks the best out of both of them. I really wanted to not even open these because it wasn't even worth my time, man. I already seen through the pack like this is not worth my time. But I do have an extra set. So just out of review sake or just experience sake for people who don't have them, I bust them open, man. So I have no regrets about that. But he feels they both feel light, but he feels, I don't know, just like a little bit more quality on them. I don't know, maybe it's the paint or what. But Snake Eyes, he's pretty much plain Jane, man. It's not too much to Snake Eyes here. But he does look like the original toy that came out. There's still no full description on the backdrop. I mean, on those card backs, it has a small little bio. If you want to pause it and read it, you can. But other than that, it comes in 4 different languages. Like back in the day, they would give you your entire life story on there. It'll be a big paragraph. But I guess we became sensitive to other things, and there's a lot more people here in the country, so that's cool. And that really doesn't bother me. But if you're screaming vintage, then hey, take it all the way. You know what I'm saying? But hey, it is what it is. And like I said, as far as articulation wise, they're cool, but there's really no fun factor to these things, man. I think these are strictly for made on card collectors, or mint on card collectors, should I say, to hang on the wall. But if you're somebody who doesn't want the hole punched out, which that's how they come, the hole's not punched out, you can have them like that too. But still, your card's bowed. I'm pretty sure I've seen other reviewers do reviews and their cards are bowed. So I'm pretty sure everybody else is bowed just like mine. So if they were screaming perfection on the O-ring end and this, that, and the third, I mean, you're kind of dropping the ball here. But to me, there is no fun factor. That's why I didn't want to open them up. But like I said, I opened them up just for YouTube's sake. To be honest with you, I felt like which I'm not. I would have been a poser if I didn't open them up, man. So fuck it, I opened them up. But there was no need to. If you're somebody who's into retro and articulated, man, and you brought these, man, just say these on pack. Maybe you can sell them later on or just have them. But they're not unless you just have a 3 3/4 inch setup. You know, I don't plan on ever having a 3 3/4 inch setup, but I'll never say never. But like I said, just me seeing them, I didn't even want to mess with them. As far as weapons wise, like I said, Snake Eyes, he comes with an Uzi. He comes with like this little knapsack satchel. Storm Shadow comes with a quiver, a bow, and he has a sword, and he has like a little small like katana. They also come in these other little tissued out things like looks like heroin packs when you break them out, man, like bundled up. That's what they look like, bundles. But I'm guessing the silver sword one was for Snake Eyes, and the double nunchucks was for Storm Shadow, or you could do vice versa. Those foot pedals have no nameplates on them. So if you really wanted to make something feel specialized, I mean, for a certain, that's like, that could go to anybody, you know. It like I said, it doesn't feel like this was like on some presidential shit. Like, I don't know if that's what they were trying to come across with or what, but it doesn't feel like that. Even this mailer right here, even that feels like, man, I could throw that away and not care. I could see if it was plastic. That was dope. That would have been dope, man. Like, if this was even plastic, man. Something with some type of substance to it, but this right here, man, it's just, I feel like I got beat, really. Yeah, that's what it feels like. I feel like I really got beat with this, but a little thing that I noticed, no color. I mean, they have colored the pins on the arm, like with the Storm Shadow. That's why I put that up there. You can see that it has the same flesh tone and it has the same white the white, I won't say it's a gi or whatnot, with ninja suit that he has on. They colored that, try to blend it in. So they did a little touch up because they knew this was for adults and not children, in that aspect. And that's why the point, I can understand if you're not keeping them on card, why would an adult still want this O-ring, man? It's no fun, to be honest with you. I'd rather people still hunt down the old ones from back in the day. That's what makes it fun. That's what makes it special when you're going to go get something original. But these are cool, man. Like I said, I'm glad I got these so I could see what I was going to do with the Sky Striker ones. The ones I'm going to keep for myself, I'm just going to keep them on card. I'm definitely not going to take them out. If I do, I might take out a Cobra Trooper or something. I don't know. It ain't no point if they're coming out with other Cobra Troopers, so it's no reason for me to do that. Yeah, but basically, make a long story short, this is just strictly for nostalgia. People are just in the O-rings, want to get that old feeling back. That's what this is for right here. Made on card collectors. You can just hang it up on your wall or whatnot and sit back and and enjoy your O-rings. But as far as me, like, I see the difference now. Now I know. Like I said, I'm just fairly new into collecting. I mean, I've been collecting now about 6 years. Back collecting hard as far as action figures, and maybe about 8 years with comic books back to collecting that. But as far as action figure wise, and knowing the whole aesthetic and what's going on in the industry, like I seen the 3 3/4 inch figures for Star Wars, and I just didn't like them. I brought a couple of the 4-inch figures from Star Wars that's articulated and mess with them, but for something like I just didn't like the way those O-ring, I don't even know if those are O-ring figures from Star Wars, but they just look funny. These G.I. Joe, these O-rings, they look like, I hate the C-cup hands. They look like Lego figures, man. I just can't understand it. It has to be strictly for nostalgia for the guys who like it. As far as price point, that's really turning me off. And it's all negative about this O-ring line because the 4-inch line got cut off, man. I'm not saying like I say I like classify more than the 4-inch line, but the 4-inch line gives you a choice if you don't want classified. You want something just like that, but a little bit cheaper. Go with a smaller figure. But these right here, I don't know. If they come out with vehicles, I might grab a couple of vehicles. Like I said, I have that Sky Striker coming, but that was just strictly for the airplane, not necessarily like trying to cosplay it into figures and things of that nature, man. So, but yeah, man, that comes to my kind of like one of my last points. I feel unfulfilled with this. I feel like I got beat out of my bread. I feel like the shit is okay, and then I feel like for what everybody was screaming about, it's not perfection. It's not. And no disrespect to the O-ring collectors, man. If y'all want to collect these, that's fine and dandy. I might dibble dabble in some of them. It's not like I'm not crazy over this shit. No. Like I said, I think we should be way past O-rings. I just feel unfulfilled. I really do. If I already had an experience about newer O-rings coming out, I wouldn't even brought these. I just brought these strictly off just curiosity, to be honest with you. And that comes to my last point. Hasbro needs to run both lines, and I'm pretty sure they will. I'm pretty sure somebody's watching these videos, and when the big cons come up, somebody's gonna be in somebody. They're like, "Hey, we still like these 4-inch figures," and I think they will bring them back. All I ask, they just need to put a lot of love and care to it. Like this Stalker and this Grunt. This should be the base product that you put out. Anything else should be just hitting just like this. I don't care if you make everybody else hit just like this. As far as what the time you put into it, the texture on Stalker's shirt, and how Grunt has colored straps, and they just put a lot of quality and detail into this. The O-rings can't do that because they're in the 80s. They didn't give a shit about that much quality. It's a child playing with it, so if they're trying to mimic that, they can't do too much. So I think you can run both lines. They need to. I'm going to do an episode on the 4-inch line and just things I think that could make this thing really pop, and just basically, man, I know a lot of people agree with me on it. But far as if you haven't purchased these yet, I believe they're still up on Hasbro Pulse. They were up there for a while. People are real hit and miss with them. I don't know what to say. I don't know if this line will last or what. I think it will, though. I think there's enough people out there that likes it. It will last. But they need to run both of them and put a lot of more quality into that retro line. And if they want to rebrand that, they probably will, because retro has been taken by the 6-inch line, which only thing about that is just the card backs. It's really classified, man. So they need to get their factions together, which ain't nothing major. They could get it together real quick and basically run these two, man. But I if you like O-rings, get these. If you're curious about them and you're really into articulation, man, I wouldn't even mess with them. I wouldn't even. Not unless you're just into nostalgia. Man, and you're probably saying, wondering why I brought 2 packs of them. I might as well get them for nostalgia. I never had an original Storm Shadow and an original Snake Eyes. So it's cool for that point. But other than that, man, I really don't care. I really don't even like the Snake Eyes from that retro line. He looks like skinny and wonky looking, but that's what some people say about Lens. But these guys are done great. Now they need to beef that Snake Eyes up a little bit, beef his body up a little bit, and really give him the care. I know they gave him a crap load of weapons, but like work that line back. You know what I'm saying? I believe that line can really hit. I really like that line. If this your first time watching the channel, like, comment, subscribe if you haven't. I'm steady coming out with content. Just the beginning of my show here. I'm just trying to figure out which way to go here, and I'm just looking at my analytics and things of that nature, and what I'm really into. And I really like to just really talk about toys. I'm still gonna do toy reviews, but I really kind of almost want to shy away from that, far as the normal aesthetic of just running that toy review, and give a little bit more commentary, almost give you the everyday life of a collector. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have for this episode. On a rate scale, I give these I really want to give them a B minus or an A. Because they're really the original toy here. They're really the original toy. They didn't really too much screw up on that as far as Storm Shadow's eyelashes. And that's it. I give them an A. I give them a B minus A. It's hard for me to choose because I can't be biased about this. People that are really into it's gonna really like it because hey, now you got a bright white Storm Shadow and you have an original Snake Eyes. Of course, it's not from '83, but they're damn near splitting images of them. I wish I had some original ones to compare, but check out some other guys' reviews. My man, Showing Up the King. I really don't even know him. I think he's a cool dude. I like his commentary. Check him out. He did one. Toy Habits did one where they have both sets, and or they have some more comparable sets. I believe Showing Up had the retro Snake Eyes comparing to that, and Toy Habits actually had the two Storm Shadows and Snake Eyes, man. But thank you. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for everybody who's commented, good comments, and just showing a lot of love. And thank you for everybody subscribe. And we're going to end this show like how we do all shows. When you walk out the door, make sure you're being a person of integrity. Until the next time, God bless. Happy Black History Month. This is Josh Gibson. Homestead Graves, baby. Peace.